Hello, everyone. It's been a long time. I saw the movie Mortal Kombat, the 2021 reboot. Um, I decided to give this movie a C minus rating. I decided also to change to letter grades instead of my point system. My point system, I don't know, it just seemed like it was a lot going on with that, so I switched over to letter grades. The thing about the letter grades, um, the grading is a little bit more harder. For example, it was a movie I saw, I think last month, that was called I Care a Lot. According to my old grading system, it would have been maybe around a B movie, but due to my just letter grades, I gave it a B minus. Now, getting back to Mortal Kombat, I gave it a C minus, and some might actually believe that I'm being polite, which is plausible. Um, I think what saved this movie from me giving it a lower rating was the beginning of it. The beginning was very strong. I was actually very impressed with the beginning. It made me think that it possibly might be better than It could rival the 1995 film, but I was like, I don't think it can keep up this seriousness because the movie, I peeped the how long the movie was, and I was like, if this was a real long movie, I could see it being like this the whole time. But I was like, no, I don't think it's gonna be always, completely serious. But I was liking what I was seeing. Um, I say maybe the second part of the movie was had a little bit of comic relief, get you familiar with the setting of the characters. It also had a blend of action in it. The action was good. I wouldn't say it was better than the opening scene, but it was up there. It was good. Um, I know the 1990 film movie had its serious scenes, and it also had a blend of story. The characters, getting familiar with the characters. The 1990 films, it was able to completely finish it throughout the movie. Had a good balance through it. This movie, uh, like I was saying, it had the one part and the two part, and in a way, it had a third part. The third part seemed rushed. The choreography was kind of like everywhere. Um, some of the scenes with the CGI seemed a little bit off. Now, don't get me wrong, the CGI in the movie, some of the parts were real nice, but some of it was like, I don't know about that. Um, and well, um, some other things about the movie that was questionable was that certain pivotal characters in the movie weren't as revered as much. It wasn't given much screen time. Um, uh, and like I said, some of the action scenes were not as crisp, um, pertaining mainly to that third part. Some of them were a little corny, um, not organized, and there was some characters in there who seemed weaker than their video game rep, and even in the 1995 movies rep. I don't mention the Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I think this movie might have been a little bit better than that because of the first and second part of this movie. I think Annihilation, that was just a quick movie they did after the success of the first movie. I don't really think they really pushed too much time in Annihilation. I think they might have put more time in this movie. They just needed to finish strong. The character Cole. I know some people had problems with him being in the movie because he's an unfamiliar character. I'm not really even sure if he is a character in Mortal Kombat. I really followed Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, um, and played maybe a couple of Mortal Kombats after that. Um, he doesn't look like any character I've seen before. I don't think he is one, but I'm not 100% sure. He's probably going to be one now if he's not. Me personally, I think if the movie would have finished strong, the Cole character, I think it would have been alright. I think it would have been alright if the movie had finished strong. It would have been alright if they had the Cole character or they didn't. If they might have used another character that we're familiar with as the main person or one of the main people you see the lenses through or identify with. Um, it could have worked out. I just think the movie should have just finished strong. Um, I'll say maybe a Mortal Kombat purist. I'm not a purist. I mean, I have some knowledge. I have knowledge of it, but I'm not a purist. They probably didn't like the Cole character. Um, the characters that stood out to me were in this movie were Sub-Zero, Kano, and I say Scorpion from the opening scene. Sonya Blade was also a decent character in this movie. Uh, in the 1995 film, the characters that stood out were Liu Kang, Raiden, Johnny Cage, Shang Tsung, Goro, Sonya Blade. Actually, pretty much all the characters in the video game that fought in that movie stood out. You know, you had the Reptile, Sub-Zero, Scorpion. They all stood out. I know some people wanted to. They they was kind of mad what happened to some of the characters in 1995, but they still gave them a good. It was still a good look in my opinion. They did them justice. Um, well, that's my review. Have a blessed day, and thanks for chiming in.